Yo, what's up guys, it's me here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at everything that went down in the Apple event today, and it's really dope. We actually already knew all of this stuff, almost everything we knew, basically like 98% of it we knew what was happening based off the leaks and all of that cool stuff. And even though we knew everything about it, it was actually a pretty dope event, so I'm just going to be doing a recap of what happened and all of that cool stuff. I got some amazing videos planned for later today as well. I got some apps to submit later today as well, and it's just going to be an amazing day, so let's go. Alright guys, so the first thing I want to talk about what happened at the Apple event is the iPhone 8. This is only part 1 of 3 that the phones that we have. There's an 8, there's an 8 Plus, and the X, as we predicted already before. Alright, for the iPhone 8, the first thing that's new is that it's a completely glass body, it's like a full, like, as you see in the jet black iPhone, like, you know how everything looks like it's one thing? It's the exact same way it looks like on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. They look exactly the same, gold, silver, and space gray. And they actually brought back space gray for both of the phones, the X, 8 Plus, and all of that. 8 too, they brought back space gray. They removed jet black, they removed matte black. Space gray is back, and I'm glad that they brought it back because this is space gray. My Mac is space gray. Everything's space gray. Space gray. Space gray is lit. Alright, so everything is the same with the display and all of that cool stuff. There's a new portrait mode that's in there. There's a new A11 Bionic chip, which is extremely powerful. If you see the Geekbench test, which leaked already before, and it's extremely powerful. It's basically putting out everything else on, like, it's gone. They're still sticking with 12 megapixels as a camera, but it got updated and it seems a lot better. There's also wireless charging that got debuted into the event. So there's a wireless charging that's a little pad, and you can place your watch, your AirPods, everything, but you're gonna have to buy a Series 3 watch. You're gonna have to buy the new AirPods case to put on the wireless charging, and the iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and X charge on the wireless pad too. So it's really cool, but you gotta spend extra money on that for all of your devices if you want it to work. So for the 8, it starts at $699, and the 8 Plus is gonna start at $799. They're both gonna be at 64 and 256 gigabytes. There's no 512 for any phones, like they were saying before. That was a rumor. There's no 512 for any phones that we even heard about. So the pre-orders for this will begin in September 15, this Friday, and it'll come out next Friday on September 22. Not for the iPhone X though. And by the way, for the iPhone X, it's not called iPhone X. I'm just saying that right now because you might be confused right now. But iPhone X is actually called iPhone 10. Even though it's spelled X, it's going to be called iPhone 10. So this was the thing that everyone went crazy for. It's basically like no bezels at all. The home button is gone for sure. There's Face ID that they showed us. They demoed it, how it works, and all of that cool stuff. Touch ID is gone. The home button's gone. Siri is invoked through the lock button. And it's just like, it's kind of confusing first because we don't have it in our hands and we can't test it like for what kind of uses we want, but it's really interesting. There's a new animated emoji that's limited. It's called Animoji, and it's limited only to the iPhone X, which is cool, but it might be kind of weird because I think I'm gonna be the only one of my friends having it, so I don't know who to send it to. The screen is gonna be OLED, of course, and they also called it a Super Retina display. That's what they're calling it. So the iPhone X comes with a brand new portrait mode. You could take it from the selfie camera and you could take it from the back camera. And there's also there's different modes for portrait mode now. So there's like a studio light. There's all different types of lighting so that you could just swipe through it. It's not a filter, it's an actual thing when you're taking the picture. And there's different type of lighting effects that you can add while you're taking the picture. So it can make everything around you black and everything shine right in front of you. Or it could just do a lot of things. It could just make you darker, make you lighter, whatever you want. It's not a filter though. So once again, the iPhone 10 is going to be available for $999. That's going to be starting. It's not going to max out to $1,200. It's going to be maxing at $1,050, I believe. And it might actually pass $1,200 though, because Apple Care actually costs $200 for this phone. The pre-order is going to be for this phone is October 27, and it comes out in November 3. That's like crazy. Like, it's such a long wait. 2 months from now, almost 2 months from now, we gotta wait for the iPhone X. And this is also gonna be coming in 64 and 256 gigabytes. There's no 512 gigabytes. So there's a new Apple Watch. There's new software which includes like a heart rate measuring tool, which is basically like letting you like know that you need to get off and like just like you gotta exercise and all that stuff. So it's just pretty much all that stuff. WatchOS 3 is coming out on September 19, and so is iOS 11. It's also coming on September 19, but macOS High Sierra is coming out September 25th. They didn't announce this on their website, but it says, they didn't announce it at the event, but it says on their website. So they're removing the Series 2 from their lineup. It's just a Series 1, Series 3, and a Series 3 without the cellular connection. I'm still rocking the Series 0, like the original one of the first ones that's ever existed, basically. And basically from the cellular version, you're basically able to take calls, stream music, all that cool stuff because you have a cellular plan on this, and it's basically the same width as the Watch Series 2, so they didn't really add any weight to it. It's gonna work with AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and Sprint, I believe, but that's it for right now. So the Apple Watch 3 starts at $329 without the cellular, and it costs $399 with cellular, and it's gonna be available September 15 for pre-order, and it's gonna be at store September 22. So as we predicted again, Apple TV got an update, and it was all 4K, basically all that cool stuff. We found out about that through the code, and basically this is going to be a 4K Apple TV now, and you're going to be able to download HD and 4K for the same price. There's not going to be any like charges for 4K. You're going to be able to download for the same price. They also changed their Apple Store names. Instead of Apple Store, they're called Times Square, basically. Apple Times Square, that's what they're calling it. And yeah, that's pretty much all they announced at this Apple event. It was pretty packed, and like it had a lot of information, but most of it was stuff that we already knew, and it was just really good. And the only thing that's really sad is that the iPhone X is coming out in November. A lot of people are disappointed in that, but I think most people are going for that, so they're going to be holding off. I don't think a lot of people are going for the iPhone 8, in my opinion, because the iPhone 8 is honestly a 7S, in my opinion. It just says 8 to catch people's attention. And yeah, so that's been it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, turn the notification on, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, all of that cool stuff. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm not going to be doing an iOS 11 Golden Master video because everything I covered was in the leak video. There's nothing new at all. I used the same exact build I told you guys to download in the last video, so I didn't waste any time downloading. I just updated right away as soon as the event ended, and I was one of the first people to have iOS 11 Golden Master actually it was after when it was publicly announced. And yeah, peace out.